Lesson 13, I will use multiplication, addition, or subtraction to solve multi-step word problems. Let's take a look at our problem set. Go ahead and write your name. You're going to notice that this very first problem on your problem set is just like one of the problems that you did in Zern. So we're not going to do this problem together. If you want to remember how to solve this problem, you can always go back to your Zern notes. So let's take a look at problem number 2. So remember, whenever we see any kind of application problem, we are going to read, draw, write a number sentence, and write a word sentence. It says Sylvia weighed 8 pounds when she was born. By her first birthday, her weight had tripled. By her second birthday, she had gained 12 more pounds. At that time, Sylvia's father weighed 5 times as much as she did. What was Sylvia and her dad's combined weight? That's a lot of information. Let's go back and just try to draw it one part at a time. So let's start with S for Sylvia. And it says when she was born, she weighed 8 pounds. Okay? By her first birthday, her weight had tripled. So remember what tripled means. Triple means that she weighed 3 times as much. So I'm going to add 2 more 8s. So now here we have her weight has tripled. By her second birthday, she gained 12 more pounds. So that means we're going to add a 12 here. Follow me? She weighed 8 pounds, her weight tripled, and then she gained 12 more pounds. Now it says, at that time, Sylvia's father, so let's go ahead and put an F for her father, weighed 5 times as much as she did. So we don't know how much her father weighs. Now, to do this correctly, I would have to draw this same size box 5 times, but I don't want to do that just because it would be way too long. I'm going to go ahead and make it quite a bit longer, but I'm not going to be exact about it, and I'm going to divide this into 5 parts. Now, I don't know how much to write in these parts yet because I don't know how much Sylvia weighs. I've got to find that. As soon as I find out how much Sylvia weighs, then I can label these boxes. But I do want to go ahead and figure out what the question is asking. It's not asking how much does her father weigh. It asks what's Sylvia and her dad's combined weight. So I'm going to go ahead and put my question mark here. This is what we're trying to figure out. How much is this all together? So where do you think we should begin? I think we should begin by finding out what Sylvia's weight is so that we can figure out what her father's weight is. Now, if you feel like you completely understand how to solve this problem, go ahead and pause the video and finish it yourself and then just come back and check to see if you got the same answers. All right, so let's figure out how much Sylvia weighs. All right, so we know that this is 24 because 8 times 3 is 24. So I've got 24 plus 12. So I'm just going to solve that right down here, 24 plus 12. I could probably do this in my head, but I'll go ahead and write it out. So Sylvia weighs 36 pounds. So that means that Sylvia's father weighs 36 pounds 5 times, or he weighs 5 times as much as she does. So I could add 36 5 times, or I could just use multiplication algorithm and do 36 times 5. So 6 times 5 is 30. 3 tens times 5 is 15 tens, plus these 3 tens gives me 18 more tens. So now I know that her dad weighs 180 pounds. So I've got one more step. To figure out how much they weigh combined, I have to add 180 plus 36. That gives me 6, 11, 2. So now I'm ready. I have read the problem. I drew a picture. I wrote a couple of number sentences. Now I'm ready to write my answer as a statement. What was Sylvia and her dad's combined weight? So Sylvia and her dad's combined weight was 200, I think I put it down here, 216, and this is the abbreviation for pounds, so I'm just going to put pounds there. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the next problem. Now, again, this is another problem that was addressed in your Zern. So instead of doing this problem all over again, if you are confused about how to do this problem, you can go back and see your Zern notes, or you can even go back to the Zern video and watch it. All right, so let's take a look at problem number 4. In 1 month, Charlie read 814 pages. In the same month, his mom read 4 times as many pages as Charlie. And that was 143 pages more than Charlie's dad. What was the total number of pages read by Charlie and his parents? All right, so we already read the problem. It's time for us to draw. I'd like for you to try to draw what this problem is saying. Pause the video and try to draw it all by yourself, and let's come back and discuss how our drawings look. Okay, so first of all, it said that Charlie read 814 pages. Because we're comparing Charlie and his mother and his dad, I chose to go ahead and do a 3-column tape diagram. I went ahead and labeled Charlie as 814. Then it said his mom read 4 times as much. So I went ahead and put his mom with 4 814s. Now the wording was a little bit confusing when it said, and that was 143 pages more than Charlie's dad. But what that means is mom read 143 pages more than dad. So I made dad's box a little bit smaller, and the difference between dad's box and mom's box is 143 pages. And then the question is asking for the total number of pages. So that's why I put my question mark out here at the end to show that I wanted to combine all of these together. Now, this is going to be a multi-step problem. If you feel like you understand how to solve this problem now that you see the tape diagram, go ahead and pause the video and solve it by yourself. If you'd like to work through it with me, you can stay right here at the video and we'll do it together. All right, so before I can figure out the combined weight, I already know Charlie's weight, but I don't know mom's weight. I know how to figure it out, but I don't know her weight. I can add 814 4 times, or I can just use multiplication. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and do 814 times 4. I'd like for you to pause the video now, and I'd like for you to solve 814 times 4, and let's see if we get the same answer. Okay, so I started with 4 ones times 4, which gives me 16 ones. You can see I carried the 1 to the tens place. 1 10 times 4, which is 4 tens, plus 1 more 10 makes 5 tens, and 8 hundredths times 4 gives me 32 hundredths. So mom read a total of 3,256 pages. Now, if this was 143 pages more than dad, then I'm going to have to take mom's total, and I'm going to have to subtract 143 to be able to get dad's total. So let's go ahead and pause the video. Actually, let's not pause because there's no decomposing. We can just do this really quickly. So it's going to be 3, 1, 1, 3. No decomposing necessary. So dad read a total of 3,113 pages. Now we've got to find a total. So I'm going to go ahead and label mom 3,256. So we know Charlie read 814, mom read 3,256, and dad read 3,113. I bet you can go ahead and finish this problem by yourself. I'd like for you to pause the video. I'd like for you to go ahead and write the rest of the number sentences and go ahead and write your answer as a word statement, and then let's come back and check together. Okay, so you can see here I went ahead and listed Charlie's pages, mom's pages, and dad's pages. And I chose to add all 3 of them together. You could have added 2 of them together and then added the other one to the sum, but I decided to go ahead and add all of them together. And I got a sum of 7,183. So I went ahead and answered the question, what was the total number of pages read by Charlie and his parents? Charlie and his parents read 7,183 pages. So we did 2 multi-step word problems together. You did the other 2 in Zern today. So whenever you get ready to do your exit ticket, just remember, read, draw, write a number sentence, and write your answer as a statement. Do not skip the D. This is where you really get your thoughts together.